Hi everyone. Now this video is going to support you in your golden quest in becoming a professionally cool communicator. Cool in the minds of your colleagues, your partners, your clients. Why cool, you ask? Because it is expected of you to be cool at work. Number two, being professionally cool means that it is your personal brand. That means that people will think of you in a certain way and they'll say, when so-and-so communicates, I can expect professionally cool communications. It's like a logo attached to your name. Now that's important and valuable because your effectiveness is determined by your abilities to deliver on the requirements of professional coolness. So now you ask me, well, Robert, how do we define and how do we build a brand of personal, professional coolness? Well, there are 3 rules you must remember and you must apply. Number 1, speak to their values. Number 2, bring creative ideas and solutions that improve the quality of their work lives. Number 3, never use the word but in your discussions with them. Instead, you use the phrase yes and, yes and. It fosters collaboration. Now let's look at each one of these 3 rules, shall we? Number 1, speak to their values. Values by definition are principles by which they abide in their everyday activities because they are principles of action and behavior. So values is what they believe in. So a great communicator will verbalize in his opening remarks the legitimacy of the listener's values. For example, a good communicator will say, Jim, you believe in the importance of process and methodology. I completely agree with you on that. And you know, your goal of improving customer service while optimizing and streamlining the process to deliver that is an absolutely important objective. You know, I fully respect that, and I want to speak with you about this so we can collaborate and make it a reality. Now, that's speaking to their values. Another example. Oh, your listeners love profitability. Who therefore speaks about profitability? Yes, you do. An example would be as follows. Mary, your primary goal, just like mine, is to over-deliver on shareholders' financial expectations without compromising customer service while still turning out tremendously high-quality products. You and I are on the same page, absolutely. So let's discuss how we can collaborate in achieving this. Did you hear that? Collaboration, her values, his values. That's why rule number 1 rocks. Speak to their values. Number 2. Rule number 2 is bring creative ideas and solutions that will improve the quality of their work lives. That means you must verbally connect the dots for them. Connect the dots on how what you put forward in your plan, proposal, and idea will deliver on their goals, objectives, and priorities. An example would be, Paul, I want to show you that in my proposal, this component will directly deliver on your goals and objectives of efficiency and process optimization. Here's how it works. I love rule number 2 because now Paul is hearing me saying, yes, Robert, that's what I want to hear. I need to hear. Tremendous. Which brings me to rule number 3, a biggie. Never use the word but. Instead, you use the word and. Yes, and. Why? Because but is a word of argumentation. Yes is a word of collaboration. So simple. Let me give an example of the word but in terms of being confrontational or argumentative. You know, Paul, I really understand what you're saying, but my real concern is, immediately his back is up. That's right, Paul's back is up. And Paul is saying to himself, okay, I'm going to get a rebuttal, I'm going to have to defend my position. Now, is that conducive to collaborative communication? You know, instead you use the phrase, yes and. Let me give you examples of that. Jim, you have an excellent point, and I want to build on that, and I want to build on that. Henry, you're so right about that. You're so dead bang on. And I ask you to consider this as you go forward. Third example. Really, Joan, I hear you word for word, and I know that we can build on that together by working on this. Each of those examples is professionally collaborative, and that translates into being a cool communicator. You know, this is not about a confrontation of egos and wills. This is about a meeting of the minds which you will lead the other party to participate in. And that's how you become professionally cool. Let's recap, shall we? Rule number 1, speak to their values. Number 2, bring them creative ideas and solutions that will improve the quality of their work lives. Number 3, forget the word but. Use and instead as a collaborative consensus building tool. Now you do this and your personal brand will flourish. And that's how you speak and impress, you professional communicators. Agree? Excellent. I wish you well. Now you take care.